Okay, today we're reviewing an Oracle Shiv. We talk a lot about respecting enemies' ults and respecting Krill especially. We talk about a lot of generalized macro, that's the biggest point by far. We also drill quite a bit into movement, and then just being kill hungry or trade hungry or over chasing. I'm going to take positive fights / trades. Lastly, I'm a Wash Top 10 Mirage, and I've been coaching for the past 8 months. If you want free coaching, all you have to do is join the Discord linked in the description. We should not just let Viper go in on us like that. It is I mean, we're lucky she just whiffed every bullet, but like we should be minus 100 HP for that. Wow, what a parry. I don't know why it's always the Krills that go for you to light melee. Should parry for him. Okay. She doesn't go for the melee on him. I'm surprised. If I'm Viper there, I go for the melee on the pocket. Worst case, you trade. Like, you're not going to miss the melee. Pocket should not have stam at that point, but we're lucky. Be careful playing this aggressive. Obviously, you want to continue to push the Viper down, but because you know your pocket, because you know your pocket can no longer give you hard support, because he got poked down a lot and he has to back off for a second, you should be a little careful taking what was a positive trade into a negative one just by trying to whittle the, fucking, what am I saying? The Viper down. Yeah, ticket system, just a biddy system. I think we've had 2, like, first time reviews. Probably like 2 5-ticket. Oh, wait, no, Rogscout. What am I saying? Rogscout. We've done it before, but this is probably like a 5-ticket review. Anyway, that was a risky dash. We're chilling, though. I'd be careful dashing at Viper like that. Pocket does pick her up. We should kill Krill here. This is way over aggressive on his part. Look for a parry. Oh, he doesn't go for a melee. Throw a knife. Yeah, perfect. Okay. That's... Yeah, by melee, his parry was still on cooldown. But also, that's so sad that your pocket just did that. We should not push wave. Okay. This is a case where you want to freeze wave. Basically, like, well, not freeze, but you want to slow push. Because right now, wave is completely neutral, and they have 2 dead, you have 1 dead. If you shove this wave, at least Viper's gonna get back before she misses. Well, maybe she'll miss 1 minion, but she maybe misses 1, probably misses 0 minions. And on top of that, you just ate all 4 minions onto yourself, giving no farm to the pocket, which obviously loses you an overall... Is it 20 or did they make it 30% of souls? I think they changed it to 25% extra. I don't remember. They changed it every patch. But you just lost like a net 20% souls because obviously when you have 2 people, the souls are split 60-60. So when you're pushing this wave, you're denying yourself 20% of souls and getting them an extra like 2 minions. She's back pretty quick, but if you hadn't shoved that wave, she would at least miss 1 minion. Well, now she actually is stupid and hard shoves back at you, which is great for you, because now she just did exactly what you were doing, where now her Krill misses that entire wave and your pocket is here. But that shouldn't even have been, you shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place to be shoving into her backstab rush. I mean, the item is very good. I guess, oh no, you're going a gunship build. Okay, I see the vision, So I used to coaching Spirit Shivs, and playing Spirit Shiv myself. I'm not actually that well versed in the gun shiv. I'm gonna play it more tonight so I can coach it better. But I respect the backstabber rush. Item's good. And we do have a pretty early advantage we like to push. I would go Mystic Regen next, though. Yeah, for that exact reason. You could also go Healing Right if at this point, after that Viper chunk. Or you could go extra regen if you wanted to, but we do need something kind of defensive. Mystic Regen, perfect. Put a knife in him. Yeah, perfect. Okay. We just play safe now. Obviously, you can't really walk up that much because of the Viper Venom. If she gets, you know, a slide on you and a Venom, you're gonna die. You just need to try to utilize that Mystic Regen to heal. Also backstab. Oh yeah, wait, it procs off backstab. Does it proc off backstabber? Wait, it must, because it's spirit damage. I never thought about that interaction. I know, obviously, I've been abusing Radiant Regeneration and Tesla builds recently when I play any gun characters like Ivy. But I didn't think about the fact that it probably does proc off backstabber, doesn't it? I can't tell because we're not getting any backstabs. Okay, surely we backstab this Krill, right? Okay, also that's an issue. If you should be walking back here. When Krill starts backing up, you should know you have backstabber. And I mean, also it's just free poke to shoot him. Like, he's not going to dive you if you're like right here. So you should just walk back and shoot him a couple of times. Ideally, we proc backstabber. Although, you know, it does feel pretty finicky. Because you also definitely shot this Viper in the back previously and didn't proc. Be careful. Yeah, you're dead. That's a crazy amount of damage. We should just be respecting a little more. Viper just does, you know, her with her venom just does such a cool amount of damage. And now, yeah, pocket pop's ult should keep him alive. Backstabber rarely procs in lane. Yeah, it's just very finicky. Like, I like, I mean, okay, obviously I think Backstabber is a little strong. Like, I like the item, it just, I don't build it that often because it feels so finicky. There's so many times where, like, I 100% shoot someone in the back and it just doesn't proc. Like, dude, does anyone know? I haven't tested this. Does it just not proc on headshots? I swear it doesn't proc on headshots. Because whenever I shoot someone in the back of the head, it doesn't proc. But then also I'll shoot them in the back and half the time it doesn't proc either. But it's weird. I wonder if there's like some weird ping shit with it. You should use your dash, yeah, I was gonna say. Should be a little careful. I'm glad you did use your dash. Perfect. That's a perfect example of how to use your dash for like both the movement of escaping that situation and the damage of full clearing wave. Yeah, we're just looking for a knife. Is he looking for ult? Yeah. He just disappeared. We should just... Okay, yeah, we just kill her with a melee. Melee is a little risky, but I do doubt she'll parry, and we haven't shown our hand of like by meleeing before, so I don't expect her to be thinking about the parry. We arch of wave, that's good. We should let it crash and go do a box route or farm. Perfect. I would farm actually, not box route since you're Shiv, you want rage. If I were you, I'd buy healing right now and go hit like this T2 camp right here. Because they're going to shove way back naturally, so you're not going to get miss minions. Right now you're basically just squandering a chance for free souls and to build up that rage bar, which I think is actually glitched. Let's see if I can fix it. No. It's just glitch. If it doesn't fix when you die, I will, or we'll reset, because that is obviously pretty important. No, actually, no, reset now, 6:30. Because it is obviously extremely important when coaching a Shiv to know how they're managing their rage. So pause will be over by 7 minutes. We just skipped to 7. There was a previous pause, so it's probably 7:30 in the VOD. But we'll skip to like 7 just to be safe and see if it will. That doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. Am I crazy or does that not add up? What? Oh, okay. The pause is just okay. The pause is just ending now. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Oh yeah, you are almost full rage. Okay, okay, perfect. It's fixed. I'm pretty conscious about building rage unless I'm building decay. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's very. I'm more curious how you like there's a good and a great Shiv. Shiv isn't even how they build it; it's how they maintain it. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Bloodletting. Oh, we're just dead. You should not greed this. I think you live off natural regen, right? You don't? Really? That was very close. I'm honestly surprised. I would have also died there. It is like, I'm pretty sure like a 4 or 5 HP difference that you died off of. I do see the vision of wanting to greed the knife, but that was just so insanely close. 4 mystic regen, obviously, to keep yourself topped off. That's mighty unfortunate that you died there, though. I should check. I mean, I assume regen procs off. Well, yeah, I mean, I know the greed is for the regen. I mean, I'm shocked you died there, honestly. Damage was like just petering out too, about to be below your regeneration threshold. Yeah, good kill. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know, Rogue South, if you're still here. This is a ship I just coached. But one really good way to utilize right click is like that, where you right click right before you ult. Something I need to practice myself. Yeah, we just back off. Your pocket's getting rather aggressive. I guess we just use our burst abilities in tandem, and that's what happens. But goddamn, we're just gonna. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I probably would have died there too. Is Pocket gonna live? Maybe? Yeah, they do. Nice. Honestly, this lobby does feel above Oracle. I feel like the average, like, at least from your lane. Yeah, like, this does feel like very high play. Especially your Pocket. Your Pocket feels like very confident on the hero. Which I am not used to seeing, to say the very least. Like, all the Pockets I see recently are just playing the character because they heard that their ult's really good on the newest patch. Yeah, but I do, yeah, and obviously now we can't really fight. We just want to play slow, build up our rage, going for an aggressive dive. This is fine. Okay. I would look for a knife on him. You have a knife to burn, and it gives you a lot of rage if you hit it. It's pretty easy to hit a Krillin burrow. He's, you know, they don't tend to move very erratically or anything. Would be careful now. I wouldn't continue to hit this wave. I know you want to greed the minion, but the fact that, you know, your pocket is left is does put you in a little bit of danger, especially now. This is bad. You see Viper, so I get why you want to push like this, but it's not. I guess he's also in ult range. He's trolling. Wow. I was gonna say it's not unlikely that someone else is just there like that. Then you're gonna kill him. That's insane. He trolls like that. He should not troll like. He should be like, see that your ult's online and not do that. But I mean, good kill on your part. But that was a circumstance that 9 times out of 10, well, okay, 7 times out of 10 should end in you dying. 2 times out of 10 should end in you just like, no one rotates over and you just back off. And then 1 time out of 10, you like trade neutrally like that. So you should not be pushing up there. I've got 200 games on Shiv and that pocket as a circuit player. I see, I see. Yeah, I mean, you definitely play a competent Shiv. I feel like Pocket's one of those players that also, when people are confident on him, it just looks like they do so much more damage. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't chase. I would not chase that. So now there's a new replay glitch where Vindicta goes invisible when she presses ult. Cool. Yeah, we don't grade it. I would respect the greed or not greed. They don't have Krill ults. You aren't in that much danger if you greed it, but you would have to use your dash on her, which does put you in a dangerous spot, so I understand why you don't choose to chase that. However, I do think it's better to at least jump up with her and look for it, because Krill doesn't have ult. You're not in like a crazy dangerous spot by doing that, and you still have your dash to run away if needed. I would just jump on top of a bridge, get a little more information. We can see like, hey, you know, we can check how far Krill is from us. Yeah, like this is unfortunate. And we can check how far Krill is from us, and then we can make our decision with more information. But because you still have your dash to play with, you're not in a crazy amount of danger by jumping up there. Garden Warfare is on 2, saw you had it on your wish list. Yeah, that's the game. I got that when it was on sale a while ago. It's still on my wish list, but it's like not a good game, right? Like all I ever hear, I played it when I was a kid, but I only ever hear people say it's kind of mid. Also, yeah, you got your rage. Gotta be careful though. Yeah, it's no one's going to help you. I mean, you did a good job surviving, as long as you could. I don't think there's a world in which you live there. Your only goal there is to survive, spam ping. Unfortunately, no one rotates over. That was well played though. I don't see much error in that. Yeah. I might try Garden Warfare 2 again. I just like, I don't know. I remember I played the PvP and just got washed by sweats, and I was like, alright. I think you're confusing with Battle for Neighborville. Oh, I am. You're right. You're right. Oh shit, I'll check that. Okay. I will look into that off stream. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. We should kill Vin, right? I mean, she's... yeah. Yeah. Crazy she ankle broke like that. Okay, now we hear a flying killer. Yeah. I was gonna say that there's also the type of circumstance where like it's kind of hard. Like right there, obviously I could say like, oh, she's obviously, well, I mean, we knew she was probably gonna be in the Veil, but he's like, oh, she's obviously routing out. But it's like also, you know, kind of like I don't, the fact that I can see her health bar through walls makes that like, you know, it's kind of hard to avoid quote unquote like hindsight coaching because I can see it. But you know, you got her, and that's the way I would have routed as well. I wouldn't finish that camp though. One of your teammates left that last creep alive on purpose to just try to deny them farm. You should just leave it there. The longer it stays alive, the longer that camp takes to respawn. Since it is a camp on their side, even though it's a more neutral camp, it still is a camp on their side, which means it's better to leave it alive and deny farm. This is aggressive. We don't want to fight this. I would look for like a knife for rage and then backing off. We have our tower, but I mean, they've pretty consistently put 2 in this lane, mostly being Vindicta and Krill. So I would expect a Vindicta or Krill again, much like this. Doing a good job tucking. Krill does have ults. Oh, Hazel's here too. Yeah, they really want that Guardian. Was this played on the latest patch? Let me check. Let me go to mid. Can I click on the map? I'm clicking on the map, man. Was this played on the latest patch? Okay. None of them are walking in the actual map. Whatever. It's the older patch? Okay. I know about that, but like whenever I watch Nicholas, he always leaves. He never leaves the camps alive. Okay, so it's, I mean, okay, there is some like, it's more complicated than just you should always leave one minion alive when it's on their side. But on hybrid camps like that, okay, it's very contextual. Like, okay, this camp for example, well, it's not very on your side, but like, this could be like a whole thing of its own. I'm trying to think of how to like summarize it briefly in like a flowchart way. Um, if a camp, okay, if a camp is very deep, like for example, if you're invading and you're on this camp, this is 100% their camp. You want to leave one alive, even though it's a normal camp. On these more neutral camps, like these camps, the earlier in the game it is, the more they are like the enemy's camps. Like these camps over here. You still, so like this camp for example is also not a hybrid camp. Sorry, I know it's a fight. We'll rewind, but I can't move the camera and pause. This camp right here is not a hybrid camp. It's just a, 3 minion camp. So although it's still on their side, it's fine to full farm it. But like pre Guardians falling, pre like 22 minutes, the camp that you just left alive by Secret Shop is in that middle ground where it's more in the middle of the map. So it's their camp, but it's very close to you, so you're likely to steal it. But because it's early enough in the game that the map, like the waves, there's still walkers alive and waves aren't like hugely pushing. And because it's a hybrid camp, it's better to leave one minion alive because you're denying a lot of farm. Because it's a lot of minions in this camp that you can just leave one alive and not lose too much farm. If this is like 24 minutes in the game, then you can full farm it. It's still, I think, better to leave one alive, but you can full farm it because it's like a 60-40 which team will actually end up farming this camp. Versus right now, I would say it's like a 70 to 80% chance that the next person to farm this camp will be on their team. Because, at the time, walkers were still up, and it was just, earlier in the game. And that's like the easiest way I can say to flowchart it, is if it's a hybrid camp and it's close, if it's early, you should leave it alive. If it's a hybrid camp and it's back, you should always leave one alive. And if it's like a very, very deep camp in the enemy jungle, even if it's a 3 minion camp, it's, well, okay, that's actually kind of hard too, because depending on how far back it is, they might also instantly farm it. So I would just say the general rule is just leave one alive on hybrid camps. That's the easiest rule I can say. And if just leave one alive on hybrid camps. Let me go back like 2 minutes. And then especially if it's a hybrid camp on their side. Like basement, for example. If you're ever stealing their basement, you always want to leave a minion alive. Unless you're like, well, okay, I guess there's no blanket statements for this, but like 90% of the time you want to leave one of the smaller creeps alive because it's very much their camp, and they aren't going to, like, if it's one of these surface camps up here, like they're not going to immediately see that it's not farmed and finish it. It's probably going to be their hyper farmer rotating in like a couple minutes and then only getting one minion. That's like the that's again, this could probably be a whole video on its own, but I think that's like the easiest way to put it together coherently. Echo. Yeah, we got exalted. We just want to, I mean, this is like not a great fight, but they are low. Let me look at an upstate. We have, I mean, yeah, it's just iffy, like, chasing this. I know you want the ult, but it's so, the chance of her having a teammate nearby, I mean, she should. This ult, okay, nice. And then we just ball butting and leave. Now you should run away. I see you kind of looking, but don't jump in this. Okay, yeah, you just die, right? There's no way you, wow, okay. Well, you get one, but I honestly would just run away. I think it's much more likely that they all just see you. I mean, Krill ult is in play too. I think it's far more likely they just see you and either Krill ult you or just put them all on you. Was gonna die to Crow? Oh, I see. Really, I guess you don't have right or anything. Okay, alright, never mind. You're right, my bad. Is she an AP build? Yeah, she is. Alright, fair enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then yeah, good job trading one with you. God damn it. I am so glad this game has a pause button, unironically. I see so many people complain about the pause button and ask why it's in the game. It's so fucking good it's in the game. I don't know why everyone like cries about it. It's annoying. Well, I do know why everyone cries about it. It's annoying. But like it's much better for it to have it in the game, and it's really nice that it is in the game. The same way like CSS timeouts. Okay. I'm also surprised we don't. Do they have? What else do they have? They do have a lot of like bleeds and like sustained damage. I think, I mean, debuff reduction is very nice. I guess dots is what the word I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. Obviously we're routing very efficiently. Also, if you notice when you're okay, another god damn it. We're going to a custom. This is gonna be another like 18-minute tangent. Or not 18 minute, like 2-minute tangent. This is about movement. If you well, let's do the explore the map. So I want to do it where you did it. Okay. So if you notice when you were clearing the roofs, like jumping between the roofs, if my game will load. How am I out of stamina when I spawn? Alright. If you notice when you were clearing the roofs, you were like just dashing vertically. Okay, man, wow, that was really poor movement on my part. I like waffled completely. I wanted to jump off the right wall and then change my mind. You were just jumping like this, right? Which is not bad, but it's inefficient. The fastest way to move in this game is a diagonal air dash. So what you'll see like good players do is, I mean, obviously they'll, you know, break this urn as well, and then they'll just hit like a diagonal air dash and keep going. It's less efficient for you to just dash forward. It's again not by too much, but you are faster to diagonal air dash. So whenever you can, like if you watch good players, they'll like work in diagonal air dashes whenever they can. I meant to slide there. That was on the ground. Whenever you can, you just want to look for a diagonal air dash over a normal air dash, and there's no real reason not to, and it's a great habit to get into because it just moves you slightly more efficiently. From climbing, especially like, I wouldn't mention this if you were like a lower elo player, but climbing to like ascendant, I would say you should have this pretty locked down. And your micro seems very strong, so I think you could definitely, once you tune up that macro, you could definitely hit Phantom fairly easily. So then you really want to focus on minor things, like just hitting these diagonal air dashes because they are slightly faster. It's also why when you watch pros, they like tend to angle their camera a lot, like prepping for it when they move around. And yeah, that's just a small movement thing that can be really min-max, especially with just like at symbol points like that, moving between roofs. It should be your instinct to dash diagonally and not would it be horizontally? I guess it's horizontally, but yeah, I guess it would just be horizontally. Okay, 18 minutes. I'm glad this VOD is short because holy shit am I tangenting, and this is definitely gonna be a YouTube video because I feel like there's high quality stuff in it. Okay. Okay, perfect. Right back where we were. But yeah, you can kind of tell if you. It's kind of hard to see, but you can like test it yourself, and you can see that it is a little faster. I do the dash while like carrying urn, but I didn't know it had to be diagonal. It doesn't have to be diagonal. It's just, again, just slightly more efficient to do diagonal air dashes. So it's a great habit to get yourself in. Also, movement was inefficient there. When you dash jump, you want to dash jump, slide, slide. Just for, again, a little more movement. Rather than just dash jump. Is this old? Okay, that's old mid. I'm going to go off of you so it's not a little scuffed. There goes Calico. One thing I gotta say, well, okay, that's the whole tangent. Let's focus on the fight. Yeah. We do... Okay, Washel, we can jump to cover, perfect. I was gonna say, we do want to look for rage building right now. I would say, like, we don't have that much kill potential on him. Our primary objective, I can speak like a human being, should we have built rage. Now we have rage. Now we can just like one-shot that Krill if he's on our screen. Oh wow, that's unfortunate. Arctic Blast. I'd start walking out. You want to go for this Krill, but I think you're going to trade at best case. I would just start to walk out. Yeah, there we go. You kind of did the jump thing, but you just kind of dash jumped and you didn't jump soon enough so you couldn't reslide. Yeah. And there you go. You press ult on him and you trade 1-for-1, right? Yeah. Not awful, but it'd be better if you had just like, you know, walked to the left, walked out. You could either walk out this way, you know, hit a couple cams to rage, keep your rage up, like throw a knife so you keep your rage up and then leave, or go up the rope. Although it is a little risky because they'd probably see you from here. No, yeah, not getting another tangent about the movement tech, but I just would be one thing I'm noticing as a flaw in your Shiv is you're very like what's the word? Like like you see red. If someone's close to that threshold, you just see red and you completely lock in. 50-50 I live, so I'd rather trade. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure if you walk out, like because you had time, like when the second you were in here, you had time to just walk out this way. There was no one in this direction. You had a lot of time. If you just come up this way and like hit this vent, you're pretty out. They're not. It takes them a while to recollect, and they're fighting your team. They're on mids. Wow, they do fast. We should take this. We can. Oh no, Vindictus here. Never mind. I didn't see that. Okay. They split well. Your team is contesting, which isn't great. They get rejuve. No, AI. I expect those subs. If there is a major patch next Thursday, I'm gonna be so pissed off. If you actually like hard read that. What was I saying? I don't even remember. I know I think I'm dead on Shiv. I'm below 50 with 3 or more nearby. Yeah. I mean, if they knew you were there, you're 100% dead. But they were focused on your teammates, and like you were just hitting from the side. And even after you hit them, they didn't turn. It's like they did not even know you were there. But again, if they did know you were there, it was definitely a trade. But I am seeing a lot when you get someone low, you kind of like see red and just target them or look for a trade. Which, when your team is losing, and you are lower soul count than your enemy, it's better for you to trade because you get more souls for killing your enemy than they get for you. But generally, unless you're like trading for their hard carry, generally when a game is neutral, or you're obviously if you're winning, you don't want to look for a trade, because if you're trading just on a neutral 50-50, it's better to have you alive because you want to rely on yourself in a game, not your teammates. Well, obviously you want to like rely on your teammates, but you want at the end of the day you want to be the one who has like the chance to win the game in your hands rather than your teammates. And then secondly, and then secondly, if you're ahead, you lose more souls for trading. Right there, I mean, it's fairly neutral. It's just the type of thing where like it's better for you not to trade because you want to be the one to make the plays. You want to rely on yourself. Sorry. And then also trading for Krill isn't great because Krill losing souls isn't anything crazy. Like if you trade for their hard carry, like their Haze who's hyper farming or whatever, it can be nice. But trading for Krill is like he likes souls, but it's not like we just path out vent. Yeah, perfect. It's not that crazy if he loses souls. Like he's not gonna fucking cry if he's at a medium soul count. Okay. Yeah, they just Krill too. A little over aggression. We should be a little more cognizant of Krill having ults. I think it's also like one thing you'll see people do a lot. It's less efficient on Shiv because you have a shotgun, but you can literally just stand here, hold the door open, and spam shoot him. And there's nothing they can do about it. Like there's literally nothing they can do about it if you just stand here and shoot them. Again, less efficient on Shiv, but you still could get some good damage, and you could just, I mean, essentially build rage for free. So now in this final fight, which you guys are about to be forced to take, you would have, well, you'd be alive and have rage. Yeah, you need to focus on wave. If I were you, I'd try to dash into this wave and then dash backwards. Like right now, there's, oh my god, there's a fucking, wow, that is a lot of minions, holy shit. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think there's many worlds in which you live, but you should be trying to kill this, I don't even know what you call this amount of minions, but like the army that is at your gates. Eka. Yeah, I mean our damage was fine. That Polka was very competent. Unfortunately we can't do more. That is a game that is unfortunate to lose. We won lane. What do lane graphs look like actually? I mean I assume Pocket did a fuck ton of damage, but I'm curious how close it was. Holy shit. Okay. Guess Pocket did do a lot. 3 denies is not awful, not great. You are a shotgun character, but you also don't have like Krill levels of fire rate. So maybe, you know, a little more looking for denies, but also again, not awful to only have 3. I would generally shoot for like arbitrary number 3 to 5. Okay. That is unfortunate though. As far as your notes, I forgot to write them down again. God damn it. What were the notes? We should be respecting Krill. Let me type this. We should be respecting Krill a little more. I feel like you weren't that conscious of when he had ult up. We should be more like, I mean, he was kind of targeting with ult, but even in general, we should be more like, hey, Krill has ult, let's, you know, space from him. before he has like Warp Stone or Phantom Strike, it's fairly easy to avoid getting Krill ulted. Well, as a Shiv, because if he like burrows on you, you can use your dash to avoid it. And if you're just like spacing well, he's not going to really be able to catch you. And I don't think he can buy Warp Stone this game. I never saw him pop it. I don't even think he bought like a movement tool. I know he did buy Warp Stone, but it came out fairly late. Like after like Trophy Hunter and shit. I mean, I guess this build is just interesting. But as you can, like Warp Stone, we got caught out with ult a lot without him having to warp on us. Next, I would say a little more. I mean, your micro is very fine tuned, but a little more macro with like, for one, the movement stuff I talked about, just moving with side air dashes, making sure to, I guess I'll just show it because it's easier to show than tell, but making sure to utilize like dash jump, slides. Just this. I hate that new glitch. Just this, a little more efficient for movement. You were just kind of doing this fairly often, which just, you know, gets you less far. And then, let's see. A little more wave management. I'm remembering that first wave where like the first time we got 2 kills and they got 1, where we kind of pushed wave. And we got very lucky that Viper came back and hard shoved, but we should just be holding that wave. And when Viper hard shoves, we should just be like counting our lucky stars that she doesn't understand wave management, because we don't want to be taking that wave for ourselves. We want to be, whenever the enemies die in laning stage, you want to look at their respawn timers and think, how do I deny the maximum possible minions from them? Like, what do I do to deny the maximum amount of minions, which sometimes that is hard shove the wave, get it under the tower, because they aren't coming back for like 20 seconds. But I would honestly say the majority of times, it's just like, don't hit wave, let the minions kill each other, they're going to be back before you can get wave to tower, and just let them lose a couple minions, and don't grief yourself. The main thing, I don't know what to do whenever I play Shiv. I lose and I really want to know what's the real problem, because I don't feel like I'm the main problem. I mean, that game, I would say, yeah, you weren't really, that game, well, let me look at lane stats in the other lanes. It kind of just got out of your hands, but yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you were the problem. Like, it wasn't, like, you know, you obviously, there was things you could have done better, but you weren't like a huge problem. I mean, you're a little high on deaths, but your whole team kind of is. Let me check the other lanes. Yeah, we lost this lane really hard. And then this lane we lost, although it is kind of neutral. But we really lost our Yalma farm lane. Okay. Oh, also, maybe a little over chasey to add that. I'm remembering when you pushed Krill into the walker, or when you were a little too stuck in your lane. But I wouldn't say you were the problem here. I honestly feel like your micro is very competent. It really is just the macro. But like, if you get your wave management down a little more, maybe you're like team fighting, I would say it's fine. I can't think of a main problem, but if you're losing consistently on Shiv, I don't know, sometimes it is just about unluckiness, and what you really need to do is focus on like yourself, and focus on just trying to improve your own gameplay, and naturally the elo will come with that. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and keep it real.